What's up, people? I'm just waiting for the stream to catch up. It's a bit behind because of there was a bit of lag, so just give it a minute, and we'll be where we're supposed to be. I don't know if I'm going to keep this one brief because like it's been a bit of a rough day for all around, I guess. Um, so make sure the audio is all good. At some point it'll catch up. Just give it a sec. Oh gosh. Oh. The mouse is very present. Typical. There we go. Okay, let's minimize that. There you go. There we go. Let's get the vibrate. So where was I? Where was I from last night? Now, if you tuned into yesterday's stream, you might have known, or you might know what happened, like in regards to Zcash. It's actually bouncing back. People are actually still buying it, which is insane. I don't know if it's like exit liquidity or if it's something else, you know. Let me switch scenes and just make sure.
Ha ha ha, what a sucker.
Right. There you go. I'm just so surprised. Like, you know, it seems like people seem to think there's some sort of solution to this whole thing, and it's all money in it at the end of the day. Go to that. Okay, let's mute that. Yeah, it's all money at the end of the day. So it's just like, I don't know, man. I'm so disillusioned with this whole market. Just based, not even just based off the price action, just like the fact that you just can't get a win. It's definitely like we're in like peak bear cycle momentum right now, and it's okay, you know. Like we just got to survive, innit? What do I want to talk about today? So this is probably the most interesting story of the day. It's been a bit of a slow news day, as you can imagine. Like, you know, the market sold off. Like everyone's crying on the timeline. And, you know, it's quite funny because a lot of people are like, oh no, Zcash is down. Like, it's only down 20% now. It's recovering nicely, to be fair. But that's a 250. I mean, if you're going to buy this sort of candle, like, I mean, more power to you. But I just feel like this is just giving the opportunity for people who have massive bags to just, like, get out. The problem isn't solved, as in the infinity bug from yesterday that I was talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you didn't check out yesterday's stream. So, like, you know, I don't know. Maybe go back and watch it. But yeah, they seem to like, you know, the Zcash lot seem to think that it's a solvable problem, and you know, they're going to continue to work on it. So like, you know, people haven't given up hope, or holders or people in the market haven't given up hope that the price will soon bounce back and it will go back to the glory of like up only. But at the moment, yeah, I'm not vibing with it, basically, is what I'm saying to you. In terms of the rest of the market, like Bitcoin's down even more today. It's just like continuation of the sell-off. This is not like this is not a Michael Saylor issue. You know, like a lot of people are worried because Michael Saylor owns so much Bitcoin, that it's actually him selling. But I don't think it is. Maybe it comes out in the wash that maybe he was the seller. Like, you know, he might just announce it at some point and just be like, yeah. It turns out it was him, but the market is not absorbing it. And I said yesterday, you know, this actually does look like a double bottom, to be fair. What was the bottom on this one? 59,800, 59,000. Yeah, so like maybe that is the double bottom that everyone is waiting for, looking for. But I was saying yesterday, you know, like there are a lot of people who sold on the 4-year cycle, like towards the end of last year. and they're just waiting for the washout and for the market to dump so they can pick up or double the stack of Bitcoin that they already had or previously had. It seems like that's the case. Like they're not in. I think like the maxis, the people who've been in the market for the longest time, are not in any rush to like come back in and decide repurchase this Bitcoin at 60k, even if it's 50% down. These guys are greedy. They understand the market. They understand the dynamics of it all, and it's just one of those situations where they're willing to sit out until the bitter end. So yeah, I don't know how low it could actually go. If you could hear the tremor in my voice, it's just like I don't know why I'm still surprised at this type of price action where you can get like a 10% down candle in a single day. But yeah, it's not, it's just not good for the market overall. I think there are a lot of people who are new to this, like that are under the assumption that this is just a day and it will reverse and everything will come back immediately. But this could be like another 4 to 5 months of just like sideways, potentially sideways down action. One of my main arguments for not really getting involved in the market was that 10-10 wick. So like on October 10th, when there was that massive candle that destroyed everybody in retail anyway. On that day, that wick it wicks back up, and then there was a slow sell-off. But most assets in crypto have actually filled that wick and sort of like sitting below it now. So like I feel like if you've got cash on the side or if you've got spare capital, maybe now's the time to like start picking up the things that you like or that have potential to potentially go up. But this is a patience game now. Like leverage, don't touch it. Options, like you could buy long dated call options, or if you want to. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but there are things out there that do have massive potential in the future. Now, saying that, or I will caveat that by saying that the threat of AI to all crypto is very real. The amount of people that are sort of having these discussions in the background, basically saying Mythos, for instance, which is supposed to be coming out at some point this summer, could have a real effect on the way smart contracts or like crypto in general is run. It's buggy, it's sloppily coded, it's rushed out to production. You've got like foundations that are looking at all the code, but based on the news from yesterday with Zcash, they had like the top engineers looking at this thing, and in the end it was AI that found the bug that sort of caused like all the sell-off yesterday and today. But in saying that, like people who were in the market years ago also knew about this infinity glitch in terms of like token generation for Zcash, and which is why they stayed out of it. So it was only like the KOLs, like the Gainsies, the Anthems, the Arthur Hayeses that were sort of pushing forward with the narrative that Zcash is the new Bitcoin because Bitcoin's not private sort of narrative. And then you had like the Eli Bassoon or whatever his name is from Starknet saying that he's got in his profile that he was a co-developer of Zcash, and then today he came out and said I have no association with Zcash. The bug's a shame, but the people there are the smartest in the world. But you can't trust a guy like that. He was always bragging about how he worked on it, how he built it, blah blah blah. But there was a bug, a real damaging bug in this Zcash coin. But yeah, as I said before, it's bouncing, so God knows who's picking it up. God knows who's gonna try to knife catch this. But I've got a feeling tomorrow you're gonna wake up and you're gonna see potentially more of a sell-off. But that's the thing, it's like weekend price action is different from weekday price action. So you might see like a lot of things reverse, and you'll see big 20% candles to the upside where people are picking up the things that they like. But that doesn't mean that the sell-off is over. Like on Monday morning or like Sunday night, or whatever jurisdiction you're in, when the market opens, you'll see price reverse back to where it was when the Friday close came. So like if I go to an hourly on Zcash and see where the market actually closed, like traditional markets I'm talking about, that was 10 a.m. I'd say around 6 o'clock where I am. Markets closed, and you can see it's sort of starting to like curl up now. So like these are the people, the traders on the weekends are the ones who are going to take advantage of the lack of liquidity to the upside. So there'll be like a campaign over the weekend basically saying the bottom's in, and everyone will start piling into all these coins, leveraging up, getting ready for the next leg up in this market. But it's not coming anytime soon, I can tell you that for free. It's not happening anytime soon. I feel like there's going to be like either it goes up like massively over the weekend where you're seeing like 20% candles or something like that, or it goes into sideways consolidation waiting for the Monday market open for it to just continue its dump. just yeah, I know I sound like super bearish, but you got to be realistic in it, and this is only from my perspective at the end of the day. Yeah, another thing, Hyperliquid, even a Hyperliquid sold off. A lot of people saying that, you know, maybe the amount of money that's flowing into the Hyperliquid for people to trade and stuff has topped. So that means that, you know, the amount of fees that they've got, or that they basically accrue on a daily basis, are going to stop going up. And it's just basically like 14 million for the day was the max that you would get out of Hyperliquid, and now it will start to drift down, because I'm sure a lot of people who are trading on leverage on Hyperliquid using perps are getting wrecked. I mean, none of this is like, you know, a surprise. And, you know, I do watch other sort of podcasts. So like, you know, the Bankless podcast, they had, it's not Tarun, Hasib, who's like the head honcho at Dragonfly. That's how he calls himself or something like that, or the head hype man. He was basically saying, yeah, it's possible that like, yeah, Hyperliquid is top because the amount of like traders that are in the market possibly could have got liquidated. And you know, where's the money coming from for the fees to continue to generate for people to trade on leverage? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that could be like a bearish take, and yeah, you could see from there like price just continue to drift down. It's quite a sad state of affairs, to be honest, in all of crypto. Like, imagine picking up Solana for $63. Like, you know, even then, like, you know, when I picked up Solana back in the day, it wasn't that expensive. I think it was like $9 or something stupid. It was way back in it. I was working. Where was I working? It could have been $9. It must have been a bit more than that. It might be $15, something like that. During this consolidation, somewhere along, I picked it up. I doubt it was that candle. I'm not that accurate, but it was around winter time. I picked it up and then I sold it too quickly, and I just didn't realize any profits on it because I was still in bear market mode. I was still like traumatized from this sell off here. So yeah, as soon as you see like a down candle, you sort of train yourself to be like, right, it's over, I'm getting out. And this is what the market is training people to do now. So if you're in this market and you're, you know, participating and you're watching this price action, all you're doing is causing yourself trauma, and that trauma will catch up for you when the market actually turns around eventually, if it ever turns around. So yeah, it's definitely something to think about. But Hyperliquid, I'm still bullish. I feel like, yeah, it's the one venue where, you know, potentially you could see some upside. The sell-off was pretty bad today, to be fair. So yeah, there's just nothing I can talk about like in a positive light. No new discoveries on chain. Yeah, I mean, like, you've got the agentic economy getting built out by Base, and you know, as an individual retail participant, am I supposed to be excited about that? I'm not particularly excited about that. I've got to be honest. Maybe you're supposed to participate to get the airdrop, but I just don't know, man. I just don't know what the airdrop's going to do. Like, at the end of the day, it's a good incentive. They sort of dropped a hint of it, but like, they could drag that out for another 2 years and you never see a dime of it. They might not even do an airdrop. So like, you know, you're doing it based off the whim of somebody or like a company that has pivoted several times in terms of their narrative. You know, before it was content coins, before that it was something else. You know, it's just constantly like a rotation of sentiment or like narrative in terms of Base. So you can't really trust the word they say, to be fair. Yeah, and that's coming from like, you know, my own personal experience, like trying to build like a content coin on Base. There's no point. It's a complete waste of time. Maybe they'll reward me for that, for attempting that. But they want developers. They want developers building out their agentic economy. And at the end of the day, not all of us are developers in it. Like, yeah, I can do like different types of stuff, muck around and whatnot. But yeah, it's just one of those situations where it's just not that exciting, innit? It's just not that exciting. For me anyway, personally. And the next thing, like, you know,
ha ha ha! What a sucker!
Another piece of is interesting news that happened today, and it's quite funny. Like, you know, you want people to be talking about your products and stuff like that, but I don't know if you want Hunter Biden actually speaking about your product. So like, Hunter Biden today, like, quoted Hyperliquid. He basically said that fiat is a scam. He's going to run for president. The most things most Americans agree on: groceries cost too much, tariffs suck and make no sense. Congress and president should trade stocks. The debt is a mess. The border should be secure. Yeah, blah blah blah. But he was basically saying like fiat is a scam, and he said, "Holy shit!" Like G Money, who's like a very big, like, I think he made it big in NFTs. holy shit, he's going to run for president. Would you help me with the crypto vote? What's your stance on crypto and how are you going to fight Elizabeth Warren's anti-crypto army? And he just said Hyperliquid. So everyone's just like retweeted that. Look at that. It's got 1,700 retweets. Now, in crypto land, that's a lot. You know, like I'm sure in the real world, like, you know, you want 1 million retweets or something crazy. But like 1,700 retweets of him saying Hyperliquid. Is it bullish? I don't know. Do you want Hunter Biden associated with your products? I don't know. You know, if you don't know who Hunter Biden is, he's got a pretty bad rep. He likes crack and prostitutes, or like, you know, the night workers. I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but like, yeah, night workers. So yeah, he's quite well known for that sort of thing. And then obviously Tony pops up, who's the, you know, let me click on his profile. He's the co-founder of Solana Labs, award-winning phone creator, the financial advice, don't trust me, mostly technical gibberish. Sounds like me, to be fair, minus the technical bit. And he's like, yo, if you enjoy Hyperliquid, give Phoenix Trade a spin. So he's like shilling his exchange. You got Ansem, who's like, you know, a well-known call that everyone hates at the moment because he was shilling Zcash, saying what? MetaMask, we're still waiting for our airdrop. MetaMask, like, I don't know why you're even on here, but yeah, a lot of the, you know, the bigger names on crypto Twitter are piping up to say this one tweet alone secured my vote. Yeah, did little for price, to be fair. Yeah, it didn't do anything for price, so we're just gonna have to sit back and wait, hold on to our buttholes and pray that, you know, the price turns around at some point. It's unlikely. It's unlikely. The Scroll Terminal, something which I built myself using AI, the power of AI, the magic power of AI. Near-term nerves, price extended on Hyperliquid, price extended on ETH. So ETH is like, it's down in the doldrums. I mean, imagine being able to pick up like, you know, well, I guess 10 ETH is what, 1,000 or 15,000. Still, I mean, even that sounds expensive, to be fair. I can't stop saying to be fair, sorry guys. But even that sounds expensive. But I think the bottom's got to be in. I think I showed a chart. We've been following a chart for quite some time over the last couple of days, over the last couple of streams, I should say, where I said, that's the pound version. Let's go to the dollar version, where I said, you know, if it breaks below this line, it's going to 1,100, and it looks like my fortune, or like, you know, my visions are coming true. 1,100 looks like the next base for ETH. I think it goes to 3 figures. Honestly, I can see 800. I can actually see, like, you know, it consolidating down here somewhere. If it breaks below, it's just, yeah, if it breaks below there, you know, it could, yeah, like 800-900. Anything below that, man, like, I don't know. Right, a lot of, you know, the whole thing of like back in the day, like, it used to be Bitcoin or blockchain, not Bitcoin. Yeah, there was like all the suits showed up out of nowhere, and they're like, yeah, you know what, we don't care about Bitcoin, we just like the blockchain, we want to build stuff on the blockchain. Okay, like, that's all we want to do. And I see that narrative like being quoted now, like where people are like, oh yeah, ETH doesn't matter, the price of ETH doesn't matter, we just care about the ETH chain, you know, like, and even David Hoffman, to an extent, is just like, yeah, I think he's being sarcastic, to be fair. I said it again, sorry guys. I think he's being sarcastic in a sense of like, you know, you don't need expensive ETH to actually run the ETH blockchain. I mean, maybe that's the case, but it's weird in the sense, like, you know, ETH originally was supposed to be oil. Oil's not supposed to be expensive, it's supposed to be cheap. So, you know, what are we doing here with $2,000, $5,000 ETH? Like, I think even Vitalik came out at one point and said how, for instance, Starknet's going right with their cheap token that pays for gas. It means that anyone can participate in the market. So yeah, it's just one of those things where, yeah, it doesn't need to be this high, and it's quite scary to think, like, as an investor, if you are investing in this sort of situation, or in this sort of particular token, yeah, if you're holding it, if you're a hodler of ETH, if you're an ETH maxing, you're like, right, I've got my stack of ETH here. How would you feel if you round tripped, you know, like, say you bought it down like back in the day in 2022, and you've round tripped this whole thing, it goes back there and then goes below it, and then a pleb like me comes along and gets the same stack as you or even more, and it's just like, okay, well, I'm just going to use it as gas. Or, yeah, I mean, I just don't know. I really don't know, like, about how to view ETH in terms of valuation. You know, you got the shills basically saying, oh yeah, you know, the world is coming on chain and it's going to be on Ethereum, but Base is saying we're bringing, like, you know, billions onto on chain, like, you know, using their chain. Everyone's saying they're bringing billions of people on chain. And I really do believe, like, you know, the open source movement needs to step up its game. Otherwise, you know, the more centralized corporate version of blockchain will come out the winner. The more organized, the more structured, more use cases. It's just one of those things where, yeah, it's just they run the threat, like, and you can see from the pricing and everything. You know, the fact that it's down 11% in a day says that there's more news coming. I mean, is this a front run? Is this a front run situation where, like, you know, because crypto has shown, has done front run behavior in terms of, like, in the mirror to, like, TradFi. So, like, when crypto was running up like crazy, back in the day, like, traditional markets weren't moving at all. They were just flat. You know, like, you might get a 1-2% move or something. But now, like, you know, I can't help but see on the timeline everyone's pivoting to TradFi, traditional finance, and being like, oh my god, this stock is up 20% today. This stock is up 40%, and everyone's celebrating the fact that these are all up. Yeah, maybe, like, you know, crypto is foretelling the future of traditional markets, in the sense of, like, you know, in 6 months the markets will be selling off just like how crypto is. Crypto will be flat or potentially going up these times. So it's sort of like, yeah, telling the future. I do believe that to a certain extent. Like Bitcoin, for instance, like, you know, halving, it's down 50%. It's like, it's madness. It's actual madness. Like that, you know, it's possible for this to even happen. Yeah, it's just. But is that it? Like, how much was the last sell off for? I would say, what is that, the last top? You could call that the last top, right? So we could do 76. Oh man, another 25%, guys. Just hang in there. Just hang in there. Like, 25% is not that bad. 25% of 60k is what? 15, so 45. So it could go to around 50 to 45. You could get there very quickly as well. But as I was saying before, it's not a situation of like, okay, it's at 50, I'm going to buy now. Like, you have to have patience and hold, you know, and that's the hardest part, I think, especially if you're not, you know, rich, or, like, you know, have your bills and everything in order. It's hard, it's difficult to hold in those situations. Yeah, I'm not like saying I'm struggling for content or anything like that, but it's just like showing up every day trying to talk about crypto. It's a bit of a nightmare. Okay, I can see my connection's a bit dodgy. What's up, Wildfire? You good? So I'm just waiting for my connection to get better. Yeah, billions of coins out in there. It's a privacy coin, so they'll never know, you know. Does my connection come back? So say Friday nights, man. My connection's so bad. I think everyone's online right now. It's really annoying. Yeah. So, like, my Durai position is completely cooked. It's fine. I'm just gonna keep adding to it, trying to bring down my cost basis. But yeah, I'm down like a lot. Like, you know, 83. It's basically done. Like, I might as well write it off. So I'm just kind of like, okay, just leave it. It is what it is. It's only a little bit. I'm just trying to learn how to do options, if anything. Yeah. Saito, you know, I was a big believer in. I still am a big believer in Saito, and if I can pick it up for, like, you know, 15 cents or 5 cents or whatever, then, you know, I don't think there's any harm in owning a stack of Saito, even though no one's talking about it. The volume is at 11k, $11,000 worth of, like, trading volume is insane. The holders are still the same. I'm quite surprised by that. So that means that everyone's just sort of sitting on their stacks, getting run over, or maybe they just bought it and forgot about it, which was supposed to be my plan. I was originally just supposed to buy it and just, like, let it go. Yeah, but, you know, like, it's hard to just sit on your stack like when it's selling off like this. But I really want to add to my position at some point. I've saw something interesting. Is it called Pantheon? It's sort of like an on-chain verifiable, like, you know, social media type thing. I might register with them, but I think they want your on-chain data, and that kind of makes me nervous. You know. Yeah, it's down by 400. Bloody hell. It hit 10,000 holders at one point. Yeah, Pantheon. Is it Pantheon? If I can bring it up. I think it's an interesting project. There you go, Pantheon. volts. Oh, so it's like a financial layer for a human of human excellence and pioneer of tokenized creator index. Join the revolution. I kind of want to join. It. Yeah, because I'm getting very little traction. You know, even like streaming it on a daily basis. I am going to continue to stream on a daily basis. Launch trade earns, explore. Launchpad vault 5 points. Compete on the leaderboard and earn rewards. So how do you actually like launch your own? I guess you gotta log in. Yeah, like Big Will, like, you know, who's very popular on X. He had like his market cap at one point was like 1.2 mil, but yeah, it's obviously sold off. 64 holders. He's got the most holders. 71 for Glitch Star. Okay, but yeah, it's just I think you need to pass certain things in order to actually be registered with them, and I don't think I fit the criteria, but there is something definitely that I want to check upon. Like, I think everyone's given up on the content coin meta, or content creators in general, when it comes to crypto. The powers that be, i.e. YouTube, X, maybe Twitch as well. I don't think Twitch really cares, but like X and YouTube, they don't really push content in regards to crypto. They kind of block you out because the assumption is that, yeah, it's all a scam. And when you look at a chart like this, then it's definitely looks like it's a scam. I mean, this is the tweet that will be thrown in Gainesy's face for the rest of his life, which is quite sad, to be fair. I said it again. Do you know what? Yeah, someone should put a prediction market up about how many times I'm going to say "to be fair." It used to be obviously, but I kind of switched it out now. So I don't know. You can literally full port Zeke. I think I've read this already, but yeah, he's just constantly getting retweeted. I feel bad for the man. I'm sure he doesn't care. He's done pretty well for himself. So what does he care in it? Give me bet his figure robot. Snapchat for years. Yeah. I've got, like, you know, I will get more content together, but all I can say is like everything is super bearish, guys, at the moment. Don't be surprised tomorrow. Like, you know, I'm like, oh, do you know what I should do to alleviate the bearishness? Is just go short. I'm sure as soon as I open a short, like, the market will reverse and they'll be like, nah, he shorted, like, you know, we know that address. He's got short. Quickly, like, run it up and liquidate you. But you know, like, I'm sure it was like 25x leverage, so it doesn't take much to liquidate me. And I know you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, like, hyperliquid. I mean, look, he's touched it. He's touched it, right? Let me get off that. Get off it. All right, let's do that. Yeah, it's touched, like, you know, it looks like it just, that could be the bottom for hyperliquid, but bad. When you look at shorter time frames, yeah, it could be. If this crosses below, how long have we got? 18 minutes. Can you guys stick around for 18 minutes? Like, you know, we can have a look at it. Might do us justice. I've got to keep an eye on this. Every time I switch to my OBS, it's like, oh yeah, you know, it's lagging and then it comes back. So I've kind of tried to, like, do a new intro this morning, and I think it came out right. I'm not trying to make it look too professional. It's kind of like janky, but you know, I'm trying to design my own characters and, like, make things really, like, different. I think crypto needs it, man. The amount of, like, you know, suits and, like, people who are just, you can't trust doing content right now is insane. And I'm not saying that you can trust me either, like, you know, but at the same time, my intentions are honorable. I'm just here just trying to, like, you know, mind dump on whoever's listening, which is 0 people, and then, you know, have a peaceful night's sleep. That's how I feel. How the binding shit happening was just as all off risk of risk on collapse as the chef's kiss. I can't even read that. How the binding shilling hyperliquid just as all of risk on collapse is the chef's kiss. Yeah. Do on Monday is say that you sold 5 billion. Man, whoever trying to hype health makes 0 sense. It's going to continue producing revenue and T-bot buying. Who cares if Arthur sold? Yeah, I mean, the sell-off is happening for a reason, but I don't think it's over. I think this is the dip that you buy. But then, you know, in saying that, you got this blue line here. I don't know what it's called. It's like the Ichimoku. I don't know if it's a Kaizen or Kaiju or whatever. In saying that, whenever it's touched this blue line, it's always found support. Well, I guess it's always found support in the yellow. I don't know. I don't know. I just got a feeling like this weekend you could be like, it's going to be a weekend of fuckery where everyone's short, just assuming the worst, and then the market just like liquidates everyone to the upside, and then everyone will like think, oh yeah, I'm repeating myself again, but like going into the week, they'll be leveraged logging into this like these massive green candles, and yeah, it just won't work out. It won't work out in the end for them. I'm still trying to see if I'm going to get filled on these orders, but like it's just not like filling me, which is really annoying. Really annoying. I mean, I'm bidding 3 cents above the ask or above the mark price. The ask is there's no asks. 14 cents, yeah. Give it to me, man. It's not gonna go there. It's not gonna go to $90. By the 19th. No way. That's like what, a 50% increase. Something close to that, anyway. Yeah, it's not gonna go there. I know that much. But yeah, like I said, nothing much going on. I'm just trying to stay consistent. Stream every day. Get used to being on stream. Like I've said it before. I always listen back to my streams, probably while I'm in bed or whatever, and I try to learn about how I do things. Like because no one's I haven't got someone training me on how to do it. It's all me on my own doing this. Like the pace of my voice, trying to understand like what's the best way to go about providing content for people. Like even the schedule, like that's the one thing I need to do is like schedule what I want to talk about. There's loads of development, but it's challenging and I'm enjoying it, innit? Yes, I've abandoned Ethereum despite supporting it in the past. This was back in the day, 2021. I can't believe that. That's 5 years ago, man. Yes, I've abandoned Ethereum despite supporting it in the past. Yes, Ethereum has abandoned its users despite supporting it in the past. The idea of sitting around jerking off watching the burn and concocting purity tests while zero newcomers can afford the chain is gross. Biggest thing you can commit in this space, it's easy to fix the fees, it's to fix centralization. It's just like there's so much, it's all a bit too much, guys. My crypto net worth is wiped out. Claude is seemingly getting dumber every day, about to smoke a whole pack of cigs tonight. Wow, is it that bad? Started during the bear market. Yeah, it's just the struggle is real, guys. Longed Eve. He longed Eve here. Did he? I think that guy's a bit of a lot, to be fair. I said it again. Ding ding. He logged it here. I wouldn't be doing that, son. Be very quiet on the timeline tomorrow. Yeah. It's got a ways to go. It's brutal, man. There's no buys. There's no buys. I think this stream is very therapeutic for me as well, because like even just expressing it to myself and just like hearing myself speak, it's just like, yeah, it gives me comfort knowing that I'm not alone with my own thoughts. Someone out there's listening, I'm sure. XRP is down at 109. It could go to 50 cents. I mean, look, it's brutal, man. It could go to 50 cents. Uniswap, what I'm keeping an eye on, is way below, like even TGE. Well, it's getting there. Bloody hell. Imagine picking up a bunch of Uniswap at 50 cents, mate. Like, I want to say like opportunities are bound, but just like that lingering shadow of AI, it's just like I just don't know. Like pump token's down like the lowest it's ever been in its history of existence, which is saying something, Bad oh bad. Like it's just oof. Like to what like in one respect I'm just kind of like, oh my god, drooling at the fact that the prices are here. It's like I can't believe you guys are giving me another opportunity to run it back. Another chance, another chance to go again. Don't fuck this up, as one Raoul Paul would say. Like I just can't. But at the same time, yeah, the lingering cloud of AI over like everybody, it's just got me way too like too hesitant to buy. But what do you have to lose buying at these prices? I'm not saying leverage, right? I'm saying like, take a bit out of your savings and just be like, right, I'm going to put 10 grand into Pump Fund. I think it would be a mistake to do that. 10 grand into, I mean, what would you buy? Like, it's not going to be ENA. Pepe? I mean, Pepe's still got all of that to go. I think Pepe goes down to, still got another like 100% to go, 50%, 100% to go. Like, he's still got half, basically. I mean, what is it like? Hyperliquid? I don't know. Like, where are the bids? Everyone's away for the summer, yeah. Zcash, I mean, look at that wick. It's gone way back up. I mean, it is impressive that it's even wicked up like that. It could turn into like, you know, what's it, a cup and handle? It's like, all of this stuff is made up, okay? Cup and handles are not real. I've never seen a cup and handle in my life work out. It's all imaginary, like, you know, and if it does, it's just like 1 in 10 or 1 in 100 that the fact that it works out, especially in crypto. But yeah, this, I mean, for it to go above, like, I can't believe it's retraced, man. I can't believe it's gone back up. It's insane. But, you know, that's what they want you to think. And when I say they, I don't know who they are, okay? There's just they out there. But someone out there is basically needs to get out of this position. They're like, listen, we need to bring the price back up so other players buy it. They'll go on a massive market campaign again. But the amount of people that got wrecked in this situation, I just don't know if there's anything coming back for it. I mean, it's not better than fucking Hyperliquid. That, you know, there's no retrace here, is there? There's nothing like, there's no buyers here. I mean, maybe they're done selling. I don't know, man. I think next week's going to be interesting. Very interesting. I'm probably going to take the weekend off. I mean, unless something like amazing, like, you know, or something really interesting happens from my perspective. Like, where I think, oh, maybe people want to hear about that. Then maybe, yeah, I'll jump back on. But at the moment, it's just like, yeah, I'm not really like, yeah, in a rush. Not really in a rush to come back. And just talk the same garbage. Like, yeah. There's got to be something there, man. I'm going to work on more intros as well. That's what I do. I think, like, my content is more style over substance. And I just don't know how to increase the style. I just need to keep just adding more blocks of, like, distractions, you know, so you guys don't listen to what I'm saying. But there are points where, like, yeah, it is interesting. I mean, XPL, like, I mean, that is a new low, right? XPL. And this moves as well. XPL. I remember this was going crazy. Towards the end of last year, everyone was just, like, on it. Just like, XPL. And it's just like, yeah. No. I mean, that run-up was crazy. Now it's down at 6 cents, man. You could be an XPL whale right now. You could really, like, buy a shitload of XPL and just be like, right, I'm holding that. For this foreseeable, I'm going to stake it. But, yeah, on a 20% down candle, you don't want... Well, I mean, you do. Look, that's what's so annoying about this trading thing, right? Or, like, buying coins, switching coins out and stuff like that. The most annoying thing is that you don't want to buy when it's high because, you know, there's sellers there. You don't want to buy this low because there's sellers there. It's just like, where do you buy it? You can't buy in the middle. You got to buy at some point. Retail. You do have to buy at some point, okay? I just don't know if today's the day. I feel like it is. But man, oh man, buying and holding here. ETH is too expensive. Solana, like, no narrative. Something outside the box, like something that no one's expecting you to buy, you know? I'm scratching my head, mate. Scratching my head. Okay, it's a short one today. I'm not really in the mood, to be fair. I said it again. For fuck's sake. Sorry. Excuse my language. Oh, God. It's all going wrong. I'll be back tomorrow if I'm in the mood. Or I might take the weekend off. Because, yeah, I need more news. I need to build myself up. But I really want to remain consistent. I think this is my 4th day straight. Yeah, I'm not going to say hopefully you found anything interesting here. I'm just going to say thank you for listening. Like and subscribe, share with your mates. Yeah, I'll be back for more bear market vibes at some point, probably tomorrow. I can't help it. It's kind of addictive streaming, but, like, yeah, Zcash season. Okay, it's a different time. This is yeah, it's just, yeah, it's dead today. It's Friday night as well. Everyone's out. All right, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm gonna jog on now.